Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. And we are down here to talk about Married to Medicine. This is a season finale. We may go live tomorrow because I have, I just want, I like to go live now. I like to do my pre-records, and then I like to go live and discuss um, some of the things that have transpired via social media, when it comes to like Married to Medicine and now Real Housewives of Atlanta. So we may go live tomorrow. I'm not exactly sure. Anyways, this is the season finale. I have a lot to say. Do I want to save some of this for tomorrow if we go live, or do I want to put it out right now? What we gonna do? Let's just talk. Listen, we just gonna talk, and if it come out, today. If it don't, it don't. Okay. So let's just start out with Miss Toya. So Toya is throwing anniversary party. This is her 16th year anniversary party. Her and Eugene have been together. I think Eugene said at the party for 18 years, married for 16. We love Dr. Eugene over here. Girl, to me, Dr. Eugene, when I tell girl, I'm gonna tell you how much I love Dr. Eugene. Why I almost started crying? Y'all know I'm a little sensitive. I talk a lot of, but I'm real sensitive. Girl, when I tell you, I almost started crying when Dr. Eugene was giving Toya her flowers and talking about how he met her. I was like, oh my God, this is so sweet. I think Dr. G, oh, did I say Dr. G? Girl, y'all already know what I'm trying to get to. If I said Dr. G, that is not who I meant. Okay, I meant Dr. Eugene. The Dr. Eugene. I think Dr. Eugene, when I hear people talk about the representation of Black men, I think that Dr. Eugene is someone who needs to be, I think there needs to be more Dr. Eugenes on TV. I really, really do. I think that Dr. Eugene is someone who I feel is a good representation for Black men. Is he messy? Yeah. Now he ain't, he got his ways. We all got our ways. Okay. But I think when it just comes down to core values and integrity and morals and the way that he moves as a human being, take gender out of it, the way that he moves as a human being, and we can add gender back into it. The way that he moves as a man, the way that I've seen him interact with people, the way he never disrespects his children, the way he never disrespects Toya, even in times when he really could have got Toya together. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen this man do anything misogynistic or sexist or say anything homophobic or transphobic. I just think that he's a real, true representation of what I feel that Black men should strive to be on television. I really, really do. And y'all know I be on these knuckles next. But when I see a good man, Savannah, I know a good man. That's what I say. When the girls, I'm about to go to a whole rant. The girls be down here talking about, oh, girl, you be wanting to drag. No, girl, when y'all look at the type of men who I talk about, y'all see the type of men. Y'all don't never see me down here dragging the Dr. Eugenes of the world, or the Barack Obamas, or the Russell Wilsons. Y'all see me dragging the Boosies. Anyways, so Toya's planning a party. Okay, let me go. I just want to get that off my chest. So Toya's planning a party. I've never thrown a party before. I mean, I've thrown little shindigs, probably like a little game night. You know what I'm saying? Something you could just, get a coat, But I've never thrown a party to this extent. Hopefully one day that'll change in the future when the money changes. I do want to throw a big party one year. The budget is $25,000. Now, to me, now I ain't got no $25,000 for no party, okay? To me, that doesn't sound like a lot considering all the things that Toya wants. So the party planners, if you plan parties, let me know how this goes. Does the $25,000, does that cover everything, including the fee for the party planners, does that 25,000, everybody has to take their money out of that, right? So here we go with this light. So like Toya wants, she needs security at the party. She wants a horse and carriage. She wants food, a bar, the event space, of course. We also saw there were ballerinas. So I was like, okay, there were people there that were setting up the party that I'm sure had to be paid. And then you have the party planners that have to be paid. So I was thinking, does all of this come out of that 25? Because that doesn't sound like a lot when I start to factor in the party planners having to be paid, the people who they hire having to be paid, or is this a separate? Is this money separate from the money that's allocated for their fee? So as they get paid, and then this is the money just for the party. Somebody got to break that down to me because I was like, $25,000 would sound a lot, especially when you start talking about horse and carriage and a pig on the table. Anyways, so I don't know, y'all. Oh, I almost turned the video off. I don't know, y'all. It sounds like, to me, in my opinion, it sounds like that Sweet Tea and Dr. G may be leaving the show. Let me say this. I do believe that Sweet Tea and Quad could be around each other. I do. I think where the problem starts to come in is because of Dr. G and Quad. But I don't think that Quad has an issue with Sweet Tea. And I don't think that Sweet Tea has an issue with Quad. I think that Sweet Tea she feels that she has to have her man back. So therefore, if my man got a problem with the heifer, I got a problem with the heifer too. But I really do think that they could coexist. The thing is, Dr. G is not going to allow Sweet Tea to be on this show without him being there because he's there to terrorize Quad. That's his whole MO. I don't care what nobody says. Let me say this for the people in the back. let me explain. Let me tell you why I know that Dr. G is there to antagonize and terrorize Quad. One, the men do not get paid on this show. We know that to be facts. I have been saying that, and then I heard that they said that Dr. Heavenly has said the men don't get paid, and then Sweet Tea came down and basically confirmed it when she went live, or she posted a video. She said out of her own mouth while sitting beside Dr. G, we know you guys don't get paid. You're kind of like the supporting cast. Boom. So the men don't get paid. This ring light, I do not. This ring light, I think I have an issue. I think it's electrical because it can't be this ring light and it's not this surge protector. Anyways, so if the ring light keeps popping off and on, girl, I can't do nothing about it right now. But I hate when I get distracted. Girl, I'm so, so crazy. Back in the day, I never even had a ring light. I just went live and just started talking. And now I feel like my world comes to an end when my ring light does not work. Like, I feel like I cannot do a video without a ring light now. It's the craziest thing. Like, back in the day, I didn't have a ring light or a microphone. I just came over here talking, running my mouth. Okay. Now I feel like if my microphone is damaged, if I don't have a ring light, girl, I just feel like, girl, the show was done. It's done. Girl, we're done. Girl. Okay, girl, we're going to get one more time. Then we'll get back into it. This ring light not going to work, y'all. Y'all pray. Ooh, pray. Okay, so this is how I know that Dr. G has been brought on this show or decided to come back to this show to terrorize Quad, to antagonize Quad, to try to make Quad's life a living hell. One, he does not get paid. I don't want y'all to see my eyes. I'm done with the ring light. Girl, one, he does not get paid. Okay? Two, he's only made one appearance since he and Quad divorced. Three, if these were really Dr. G's friends, it wouldn't have taken for him to get a fiance and get married to come back to the show because you don't get paid anyways. And I refuse to believe that if Dr. G wanted to film scenes with the men, throughout these past seasons that he has not been on, being that he does not get paid anyways, you think that production would have turned him around? Absolutely not. If he wanted to still film with his friends, then he could have. But he didn't want to. He decided to come back once he got a wife, a fiance, get married on the show so he could rub it into Quad's face, not knowing that Quad had a big dick Mendingo in her back pocket for the next season. We have not seen Dr. G in his office. We have not seen Dr. G promote his businesses. We have not seen Dr. G send emails. We have not seen Dr. G meet up with colleagues. We have not seen Dr. G meet up with patients. We have not seen Dr. G send smoke signals to anybody in the office. So if we have not seen this man come back to this show to promote his business, be seen with patients, expand his business, promote his brand, the only thing that we've seen him do is really and truly almost get into fights, start mess with his ex-wife, then why else would he come back to the show? Again, it was to antagonize and to terrorize Quad. Be very clear. Because you're not getting paid. You're not promoting your businesses. So why else are you here on the show, sir? If these are your friends, you could have came back a long time ago. You didn't have to wait until you got a fiance/wife to come back to the show if these are your friends. Because regardless if you would have filmed back then or filmed now, you're not getting paid anyways. So what's the difference? So now Sweet Tea and Dr. G, they're out to eat. He says I've been so hurt by this group. I don't like Dr. G. I don't. I don't. He says we're the only ones that's putting forth an effort. Toya has a time that's set. I'm not gonna be doing her all day because I feel like at this point we're just repeating the same stuff that we've been saying for the last few weeks. So we're gonna wrap this up real fast. Toya has set a time that between 8 and 9, Dr. G and Sweet Tea can be at the party. And then from 9 until Quad is at the party. Basically, girl, y'all can come for an hour, but the truth of the matter is we need Quad to close out the show. Okay? Quad and King. Quad, they're getting ready. I noticed little stuff. Like, I noticed Charles on Real Housewives of Atlanta cooking in the room, cooking at their home. Angela's one of the new housewives. And I was like, girl, I just look like now we see King, pressing his own clothes, steaming, whatever. And I was just like, girl, it just goes to show that as much as some people act like men can't do for themselves, and I hate to say it, there's a woman out there right now. I guarantee you there's a woman out there right now who's probably getting ready for a party, who had to make sure the kids were okay. She had to cook and clean. She had to find her something to wear. She had to find her man something to wear. She had to press her clothes, press her husband's clothes, while her man is probably sitting in the living room watching TV. So when I saw King just steaming his clothes, I was like, thank God, just somebody knowing how to just be a grown ass functioning adult. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, he says I put his whack that Dr. G tried to file. Basically, you tried to go press charges because girl, he tried to fight me. Girl, like let me say something. I don't give a damn. Let me say something. I don't go down this echo chamber of a black man shouldn't call the police on another black man. Y'all can miss me with that bullshit. Especially, listen to me. Let me wrap this on up. If you put your hands on me, I don't give a damn if you walk around here with a dashiki, a fro, and your fist in the out 24/7. Your ass is going to jail. Period. Okay? Now, I have to be honest. I've never even thought about pressing charges on somebody because they tried to fight me. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, we pressing charges. Like, I could see somebody try to pull a piece on you, a pow on you, something like that. But girl, like, you really, bro, like, I hate to even go down this road. Ooh, because now it sounds like I'm like old school in that traditional, oh, you a man. But I have to say it. Girl, I have to say it. Girl. And I know how this is gonna sound. Girl, as a man. Girl, I got, sometimes I do go to my old school ways of thinking. As a man, girl, I would never try and especially if I'm filming a television show and I know what this is about. Girl, you tried to fight me. Girl, now if you put your hands on me, that's something different. But girl, I would never, even in real life, like, girl, if I almost got into a fight, it's like it is what it is. Girl, I'm done. I'm going home. But for Dr. G to basically try and file charges because you almost got into a fight, I think it's whack. You know what I'm saying? It don't necessarily have nothing to do with them being black men, but I have to be honest. I can understand in the same breath because now even though things did go to the left, to the left, to the left, right? You know how it is when the police get involved in situations that have to do with black men. Again, I could see if this nigga was violent, then girl, let the cards fall where the cards fall, baby. But you really are trying to press charges, get somebody put in jail, all because you started some shit and almost got your ass whooped. And I do think that's like dangerous and whack at the same time. I do. Again, now I could see if King had made contact with Dr. G, then girl, it is what it is at that point. But girl, you really trying to press charges for almost getting into a fight? I don't like that. I don't. Scott, when I say Scott, girl, I mean it was a costume party. I'm not mad at it, but Scott was giving me "I want to drink your blood." Yo, when I say Scott was giving me Dracula, Blackula, when I said that wig was a mess, I said, "Girl, what you Scott got on?" Anyways, Dr. G dropped the charges. He said he had to sit back and basically own up to his part in the situation. Let me just say something. Because Quad was about to jump on Toya and whoop her ass for basically saying that King made some mistakes too. This is a thing. We're all grown. And, the older that we get, you should be able to control your emotions. But we understand that when placed in certain circumstances, all of us have the capability of losing control, right? As much as you may say, oh, girl, I would never fight at this big age, depending on the scenario, right? Depending on the environment, you may, and depending on the pressures that you're under, you could lose control. So King should have had more control of his emotions, right? However, it doesn't take away from the fact that Dr. G was pushing King's back against a wall. So yes, King should have been more in control of his emotions by not taking the bait, as Simone said, but it does not take away from the fact that Dr. G purposely, he was pushing buttons to get a reaction out of King. And once he got the reaction, his whack ass ran down to the police station. I think the party is cute. I really do. I love when they walked down. They had an introduction of all really the cast members. It was a woman there. She was an MC. She was introducing all the cast members. I thought it was hilarious when Heavenly couldn't get down those stairs. She was like, "This." She was like, "What did she say? These goddamn steps. Who put these here?" Hey. So basically, it's time for Sweet Tea and Gregory to leave. Sweet Tea didn't want to leave. A part of me felt bad for Sweet Tea. A part of me, girl, I don't think that Sweet Tea belongs in this friend group. But a part of me feels bad for Sweet Tea because Sweet Tea clearly wants to be on the show. Because at this point, they're talking in code. Basically, they're talking in code. So Sweet Tea wants to be a part of this show. She didn't want to leave She didn't want to leave that night. But I have to agree with Toya also. This is a message y'all created, so y'all gotta go. I mean, your man pressed charges. So at this point, like, y'all have taken it from here to here. And in order for everybody to film, for everybody to get paid, basically, girl, you gotta go. It is what it is at this point. But I did feel bad for Sweet Tea because I was like, damn, she really want to stay. And like I said, I really do believe that Quad and Sweet Tea can coexist. I just think it's Dr. G. And Quad not wanting Dr. G around. And because things have now escalated and fights have almost happened and cops have, pressure charges have been pressed, then it's kind of hard to have everybody in the same group. And in most cases, people are going to have their partners back. They talked to Phaedra 3 days ago. I think I'm sorry. I think Phaedra is whack. I'm sorry. Like the way she's trying to put this all on Heavenly, girl. Phaedra, we know you're back at Real Housewives of Atlanta. That's why you really jumped ship and left Married to Medicine. But for her to try to put this all on Heavenly, I don't like it. I don't, because I think that Phaedra is trying to pull a fast one. I don't think that she knew that she was going to be filmed saying that yes, she was okay with Apollo coming. And so when Jackie brought it up to her, I think Jackie gagged Jackie gagged Phaedra because I don't think she thought that Jackie knew or Jackie was going to bring it up. But now she's trying to paint the picture as if like Heavenly just did this horrible thing that she knew nothing about. Let's be very clear. Last year, they tried to get Apollo to come on the show. From what the people say, Phaedra used her powers at Bravo and got that shit shut down. Now, I don't know if Heavenly's telling the lie or not. I believe Heavenly. Heavenly said that on her channel this season, a few weeks ago, that she called Phaedra off camera and was like, girl, what did you think about inviting Apollo? And she was like, girl, Apollo don't do nothing without my permission. I'm paraphrasing. But she said something along the lines of Apollo basically don't move unless I tell him to. She was like, girl, it's fine. He can come. Now, I think what the gag came is I don't think they knew Shireen was coming. And as much as some of y'all want to put it on Dr. Heavenly, girl, I hate the fact that I even have to defend Dr. Heavenly, especially with the shit she said. But girl, the facts are the facts, girl. Heavenly did not know that Shireen was coming because Apollo told Dr. Heavenly Shireen wasn't coming. It wasn't until they were about to get on the boat that she found out Shireen was coming. But prior to that, Apollo told Heavenly that Shireen wasn't coming. Girl, that's what happened. Girl. So then Heavenly said she, of course, knows how Phaedra is, so she called Phaedra on camera because she knew that Phaedra was going to try to lie. I just think Phaedra don't owe Apollo nothing, but girl, for her to try to put all this shit on Heavenly, I think is whack. And here we go at the reunion, Phaedra's not even showing up because she wants to escape accountability. Because now she doesn't want to have to answer to the things that she know will probably come up at the reunion. Phaedra better have her ass at the reunion. We just don't know about it. Anyways, so they all get together and they start to ask Quad, do you think there's a world where you can coexist? And she says, I'm not interested. And then Toya says, forgiveness is something we should be praying on. And she still tells her, I'm not interested. Forgiveness ain't got nothing to do with being around people I want people to stop. You know what the thing is? And I have figured this out with people in the world, that people think that if you forgive someone, that means that you are now saying that I want to be back around that person. Even if I forgive that person, that does not mean that I want to be in their presence or I want them in mine. Forgiveness has nothing to do with me being around people who I don't like. Be very clear. And I think that it is so fucked up that we have to continue to have this conversation about having Quad be around a man who used to put his hands on her and vice versa. If you know that your friend was in a violent marriage, is not no ifs, ands, buts about it. They were. If you knew that Quad was over there pulling knives on Dr. G and Dr. G was pulling Quad down a flight of stairs or pulling her by her hair, then why would you want to put either of these people back in a situation that could be violent again? Why? Because you know what you already know, but they don't care on this show. All they care about is shooting a show. Dr. G shouldn't even want to come back to this show. One, again, he don't even get paid, and then two, you said the woman pulled a knife out on you, and you don't want to be around the negativity. Then why come back to a situation, to a scenario where now you're back in this? It could possibly get violent, like it almost did, because at the top of his list was to make Quad's life a living hell. If you're, I say this every week. I say this every week, and I'm saying it again right now. If you have been in a violent relationship where you and your partner fought each other, and then your friend group wanted to bring that man back around with his new wife, what will your reaction be? I just want you to take Quad and Dr. G out of it and Sweet Tea. If you have been pulled by your hair, fighting your husband, whatever y'all were doing over there, fighting each other, why would you think it would be okay to bring this person and put them right back in this other person's face? And then when they tell you that I'm not interested in being around this person, then all of a sudden it becomes this, oh girl, you need to forgive. Maybe I have some work to do. Maybe I need to forgive. But girl, placing me back in this environment with this person who I don't want to be around is not going to help the process at all. King does tell the man that he's open to a conversation with Dr. G. Toya says you're asking us to choose. And Quad says, girl, I'm asking you to put yourself in my position. Like I said, at this point, girl, I just would have told them, girl, may the best bitch win. Because if y'all want to put me in a situation where I'm uncomfortable with a man who I have not seen in years, I don't talk to this man. I don't bring this man around on the show to shoot scenes like Phaedra did. I don't have any dealings with this man. But since y'all are so big on shooting a show and having me be in uncomfortable situations, then I'm going to bring Tammy, the bitch who almost broke up your marriage, Dr. Simone. I'm going to bring the bitch who Curtis was trolloping around the busiest airport in the world. Hey, Dr. Jackie and Curtis. I'm going to bring the girl around who Mariah said she had receipts on that Dr. Daddy Damon was cheating on Dr. Heavenly with. So since we going to bring side chicks and ex-wives, we going to do it. And since I'm going to be uncomfortable, I'm making every motherfucker in the building uncomfortable too. I'm not going to be the only one sitting here uncomfortable. Everybody going to be uncomfortable. And that's just what it is. And I don't know no other way to say it. Girl. Married to Medicine has went down this road that they did not have to go down. Dr. G and Sweet Tea should have never been put on this show. Because no one should have to be in an environment where, girl, I have to be around an ex, especially an ex where we had a violent marriage and did not have the best divorce. But because Married to Medicine is now on just drumming up drama, they don't really care. We never watched Married to Medicine for stunts and shows like this. Those of us who are real hardcore Married to Medicine fans, we watched the show because it was organic. Shout out to Nene Leakes. They didn't have to go down this road of bringing ex-husbands on, then the new wives and all this bullshit. It was what it was. Now, they had their moments of messiness, right? I'm not going to sit here and act like Married to Medicine was above the bullshit because they came in season 1, girl, fighting in ball gowns. Be very clear. But I do think that we start to go down a certain road, even with the stunts and shows that they have pulled on the show. I just think this was team too much. And I think that it's so comical that every person in the group knows that they would not want their ex-husband or ex-wife around, but they had a hand in making sure that Sweet Tea secured a contract for last season and this season. Because even though Dr. Heavenly, Dr. Jackie, Dr. Simone, and even Toya, they don't write the contracts, they have no hiring, empowering power. They clearly have their words mean something to the people who write the contracts because they were able to convince these people to give Sweet Tea a contract. But then you'll hear Dr. Jackie say, listen, if we got a divorce, I would want you to come around. Exactly, because nobody wants their ex around. Everybody's pretty much on the same page, I guarantee it. Now, they haven't went around the room and asked every person, but I'm almost sure that every person will say, girl, yeah, I want you to come back to the, no, don't come back around here. So if y'all would want that same thing, then why can't you give that to Quad also? You see what I'm saying? I don't like it. I don't. And then Heavenly says, if you allow a man to disrespect your wife, you are effing B. And then Quad tells him that you're not going to have me monitor myself when he's around, because that's exactly what happens, right? No matter how much I come down here and scream and holler, the fact of the matter is, Sweet Tea started that whole argument when she called Quad a liar. And that's just on period. But then when Quad responds to Sweet Tea opening up the door by calling her a liar, then it's Quad started it, right? When Quad starts to answer the questions about her getting fucked 15 times a week, while everybody else saying 1, 2, or 0, then all of a sudden she was putting too much onto it. I shouldn't have to censor myself because y'all want to bring this nigga around. If he gonna come around, then it is what it is. If he gonna make me uncomfortable, I'm gonna make him uncomfortable too. So if the question is how many times you have sex with your partner a week, I'm gonna say, bitch, I open up these legs 15 times a week and king crawl right in between them. While that nigga sitting right behind me. But no, y'all want Quad to monitor herself. No, I'm not doing it. I'm gonna quiet on this one if y'all ain't figured it out. Anyways, they do the waltz. It was cute. And then right after that, girl, they started throwing their asses in a circle. It was cute. Did y'all see Heavenly and Cecil dancing together? That's so cute. I thought it was so cute because Heavenly and Cecil came a long way. Girl. So for Heavenly and Cecil to be out on the floor dancing together, it just goes to show that they really probably do have I think they've let it go, but I thought it was cute when I saw Heavenly and Cecil dancing together. I thought it was really, really cute. That's it, y'all. If I forgot anything, we'll talk about it tomorrow if I go live. I think I do want to go live because I want to talk about Yaya and what she had to say about Tyra Banks. All right, that's it. Next week is the reunion. Again, if I forgot anything, we'll just discuss it tomorrow if I go live. More than likely, I probably am. All right, bye, y'all. Just fucking ring light. Well, to say nothing but Portia. Got her nasty ass spirit. Girl, messing with my ring light. Hell.